Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Pyromancer here and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Before we get started, I want you guys to know that we actually got sponsored, and I'm not going to do any pre-roll ads in this video or anything, but we actually got sponsored by Massdrop. They sent me a pair of AKG headphones that I'm currently trying out. We'll see how I like them, and if I enjoy them, you guys might see some pre-roll ads at the start of some videos. This is really huge, exciting news for my channel. Getting sponsored is definitely not easy, and definitely not with a company like Massdrop, so I'm very, very excited about that. But today I'm going to be answering a question that I get asked a lot on YouTube, on stream, on Twitter, and that is, should you buy a DxRacer? How do I say this to you guys? It can do this, okay? It can do this, all right? That's great. But that can also result in you getting stuck under your desk like this. I have to do a wheelie.
I can't see where it's caught. Cher said if I can't stream, neither can you. Yes, I'm actually stuck. Maneuver my way around the edge of the thing. I won't have to. Oh my god.
But seriously though, this is something a lot of people ask, and I think that there's a couple things to consider. Now, I want to preface this video by saying I'm not just going to be dumping on DxRacer, but I'm pretty critical of this chair, and with that being said, I think that it's important to stay objective and also let you know a little bit about some of the benefits and harm caused by this chair. Now, I also want to say that I'm obviously not a licensed physical therapist or anything like that, or physician, and so I'm going to try to use terminology in this video that makes sense, and hopefully I don't missay anything, misspeak. So I think that there's a couple things to consider. First of all, the cost. Now, I have the Zero series, which is part of the racing series lineup. Now, the thing about this chair, I'm going to say to you guys right now, is that it was $359 USD when I bought it. They, of course, do give you free shipping. And so that's really nice. But here's the thing about it that's really not nice. There's a couple things. I use the sizing guide on their website when selecting my chair. I'm six feet tall, 6'1" when I'm wearing shoes, and I weigh 185 pounds. So, I mean, I'm relatively healthy weight, right, for my height, and this is the chair size that they recommended for someone of my stature. Okay, now again, the shipping was free. It was really quick. It comes with I'm pretty sure it's like a lifetime warranty on this thing. Anything that goes wrong with it, you just get a hold of them and they'll replace it for you. Sometimes they'll replace it with the wrong piece though. So when I got my Racer, it was great. I mean, I really liked it when I first sat down, and I was like, man, this is really comfortable. But one thing that a lot of people don't realize is that if you already don't have good posture and you get a chair and you sit down in that chair and you're really, really comfortable, that might not necessarily be a good thing, because if a chair is going to properly reinforce good posture, it's probably not going to be that comfortable to sit in when you first get it if you don't already have good posture. Now, the main posture issue that people have when sitting in a chair for an extended period of time is going to be something referred to as nerd neck. And it's when your neck kind of starts to sink forward like this and your shoulders become a little more rounded to the front, instead of being set back and in line with the rest of your torso, and your neck is no longer straight, so you kind of slouch. Now, another huge component of this is obviously looking down at your phone all the time. This is a huge cause for that neck issue as well. But the biggest problem that I had with my Racer is that there's a couple things that really, really don't reinforce good posture at all. The number one issue is these right here. These wings that you can see here that come out, the flared kind of side wings, these are absolutely horrible. They look cool, okay, right? That's the whole point. It looks like a race car chair, and that's really, in essence, the main appeal of this chair. It looks great, but not when you have broad shoulders or wider shoulders, because if I want to sit all the way back with proper, with proper posture, I actually can't set my arms back where I want them to be. And because of that, it's actually kind of forcing my shoulders forward, which again is kind of contributing to that hunching and that slouching. And guys, this is going to be really, really damaging in the long run. The longer that I've used this chair, the more that I've noticed it happening. But there's actually other things as well. They don't provide a measurement for the height of the armrests on the website. So what's happening with me, even though I selected the chair that is of proper size, when I'm sitting at my desk, if I want to game with my arms at a nice, healthy, like 90-degree angle, I actually can't do that by sitting up straight because the armrests don't come up high enough to support my elbows. So I have to literally lean forward and let my back slouch again. So there's these just several things that are contributing to this issue. Now, there is one way around this, of course. You could just set up on your desk if you're an arm aimer and shooters or something like that. You don't even need to use these, but that kind of defeats the point of having them. Now, these ones are fully adjustable. They can go forward, backwards, side to side, up and down, all that good stuff, and that's great. But they're also not padded. They're very, very thinly padded with a. It's not even memory foam or anything. It's just some type of weird composite material that's quite frankly not very comfortable. And because of that, because it's not very cushioned, you actually have right here, I believe it's your ulnar nerve, and it's right in your elbow here. And when you set your arm down for too long and you have too much pressure on it, you can actually start to cause some nerve issues in there. And because of that, my pinky and my ring finger have started to go numb, and it feels like I have pins and needles sticking into them. So as you guys can tell, like, there's not really a lot of positives stacking up for this chair so far. Like, sure, it can lean back like this, but you never use that. Like, I think I've ever maybe actually leaned back and utilized that feature like 2 times ever. Again, the headrest is pretty all right. The headrest is good. I like the headrest cushion, but I just can't really sit back and use it because of these stupid fucking wings. And some people will ask, will these actually do anything for your posture? Not really. I mean, if you have an issue leaning side to side when you're gaming, then maybe it'll help your posture. But if you don't have that, which most people don't, then these aren't going to do anything for you. They're probably just going to obstruct it. Again, the main appeal of these chairs is their look. They look cool. There's a lot of streamers that use them. It's got a good name, DxRacer, you know. Could be XDRacer. Dead memes. Really what it boils down to is that for the price of this chair, it's really not worth it. Now, I know that there's different styles of DxRacer chairs, and I've looked through the catalogs of them. None of them really give you the proper measurements for these, so you can never really tell how it's going to be for your particular stature. And honestly, I just feel like there's better chairs that you can get for around the same price. Now, there's going to be more ergonomic and more properly designed chairs for like actual proper posture for a little bit more money. You know, you're looking into like the $450 to $500 range. But if you're going to be spending $360 on a chair like this anyway, you might as well just spend a little bit extra and get something that's not going to cause you more back problems. Because now I've invested $360 and I'm going to be investing just more in a different chair. Like, this was basically a whole waste. So I'm going to try to get rid of this one. But yeah, just really not a good experience. And again, I'm not one to just trash talk a company, because I'm always willing to give it a chance and see how it goes. But I feel like I have given it a chance. I've given it 2 years, you know. I'm not a generally unhealthy person. I walk with good posture. Generally, when I'm doing anything else, I sit with good posture. But this chair really just does not allow you to do that. And so I really can't recommend it. It's extremely heavy. Because it's got a steel frame or aluminum frame, I believe. Some kind of, I don't know, it's a solid frame and it's not going to break. I've never had a piece of this break on the actual frame or anything, so that's great. As far as sturdiness, it's been good, but it does have some popping issues as well. Now, I mean, I can lean back, and I do have tilt lock on it, right? So I can go back or more forward. Oh, God. Jesus, this really leans really far forward. That's really just like not comfortable at all. And one other thing. They tell you that if anything in this on the chair ever breaks, that you can get a hold of them and that they'll replace it for you. So when I first got my Racer, the lumbar cushion, this lumbar support cushion here, which is just, it slides down way too easily. It was a purple, black, and white, like the chair. So I got a hold of them and I said, hey, my lumbar cushion strap tore literally 2 days after getting it. And they're like, okay, we'll send you a new one. So they send me a new one, and one, it's not the right, it's black, so it fits, right? It's not a big deal, but it's not the right color. It doesn't match this SKU. And even the logo on it's not the right color. It's supposed to be silver and purple like this one. As you guys can see, that's what it's supposed to look like. But instead, it's red and silver. So again, I can appreciate that they're willing to replace parts, but you need to make sure that you're replacing it with the right part. And I didn't make a big deal out of it because honestly, man, it wasn't worth the hassle. As far as wear and tear on this particular chair, if you get a white chair and you wear blue jeans, you're gonna stain this chair. The blue jeans will rub off on the chair and it will stain your chair blue. You can generally clean it depending on the material. If you get cloth or this like weird pleather, if you get the pleather, you can clean it off with just like household cleaner if you want to. Probably something that's a little bit less harsh, a little bit less acidic so that it doesn't like ruin the chair. You can even use like a wet wipe or something like that to just wipe it down. I am experiencing a little bit of wear on the side. I've had this chair for approximately 2 years. On the side where they have the bolts, there's supposed to be this cover on here, if you guys can see, down towards the bottom of the chair. This is the cover that's supposed to go on. It's just a cheap plastic shroud, and it's you know, snaps right in here, and there's these little holes that it's supposed to snap into. Here's the problem though. Because of what this is made of, if you look closely, it's got these prongs on there that are split prongs, and they're supposed to go into the hole. But the problem is that when you put too much pressure on the side here, it will cause these to pop off. And when they do, it will strip them down to where there's almost no edge on them so that this thing won't even stay on anymore. So on both sides of the chair, I'm missing this piece because one, it won't stay on, and two, because of the reason that it won't stay on, because it keeps popping off because the chair's just not well designed, it ruined these parts, and I'm not gonna get a hold of them. Like, I don't, like, it's just gonna, this only lasted like 6 months until these broke off, so pretty garbage. This particular material, I can't speak for the cloth one, but this weird pleather does not breathe at all. So the longer you sit in this, the more you're probably going to sweat. Since the lumbar cushion is just a solid, weird pleather material, it retains heat very, very well. And because of that, I experience a lot of not really more so like swamp ass, but like, you know, like more like in the lower back, just sweating, even if it's not hot in the room, just because it doesn't breathe at all. So you're just sitting in it like, you're basically just sitting in a fake leather death trap of horrible posture. So again, you guys, I didn't want this video to just be me tearing this chair down. But to be honest with you, I don't really have that many great things to say. So I'm probably going to be looking at something like a Herman Miller, like something way more ergonomic. It's going to be more expensive, obviously, but when you're spending as much time in a chair as I do, I mean, anywhere from 8 to 14 hours a day, depending on if it's like a work day where I'm working on videos or Twitch or anything like that, then it really is imperative that I have something that's comfortable. And I'll say this, the ass cushion, the part that you actually sit on, it's pretty comfortable for the most part. But the longer I've sat in it, the more I can feel it sink. And I'm actually starting to get to the point where I can sort of start to feel a frame in there. And it's just really disappointing. For a chair that costs this much to only last, you know, a couple years has been pretty disappointing. And in the long run, I honestly would not recommend purchasing a DxRacer. Like, it's not going to affect your stream. Like, no one's going to think that you have a better or a worse stream just because you have a DxRacer. Like, no one gives a shit. You should make the healthy decision in the long run and be purchasing a chair that is going to support your back and promote good posture, and not something that's going to, in the long run, harm your back. And I am a pretty firm believer, regardless of what size I would have got, because according to their sizing guide, this is what's supposed to fit me. Regardless of what that says, I don't believe that it does. So that's my opinion. Should you buy a DxRacer? Honestly, no, you probably shouldn't. You should get a different chair. You should get something that's better for your back. So you'd probably have better luck sitting in a fucking beanbag than in one of these things. So that's pretty much it, you guys. I wanted to throw this out there. It's a little bit of a different type of video, not my normal thing, but I wanted to kind of do a critical rant on a type of product because, well, with the sponsorship and stuff like that, with some of the upcoming and exciting things, I just kind of wanted to see maybe what you guys would think of it. So leave a comment in the comment section down below letting me know if you have a racer, if you thought about getting one, what you like about it, dislike about it, if you agree or disagree. Again, I'm not trying to say that, you know, you should definitely go get rid of your DxRacer if you already have one. If you've invested in it and you're comfortable and you don't feel that it's damaging your posture, then that's great. For someone that doesn't have quite maybe as broad of shoulders, this might not be an issue. You know, you might sit back and this might be just fine. But It just has a straight back with no curvature to it. This just kind of janky fucking lumbar cushion, and really like almost no padding, honestly. So that's it, you guys. I appreciate you very much. Like the video if you like the video. Like the video if you dislike the video. Leave a comment in the comment section down below and subscribe to my channel for more content. I appreciate you guys very much. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and Patreon, all that great shit. Until next time, see you guys later. Peace!